G'day guys, and welcome back to Fantastic Adventures. Currently we're based in Hervey Bay, and we've decided to stick around here and have a look at the Fraser Coast. Pretty nice beach, lovely base to be looking around. I think you like it pretty much.
Oh yeah, I absolutely adore it.
We camped right on a beach. Just to paint you a picture, we're about 20 feet from the water, so at the Torquay Caravan Park. While we're up here, we thought we'd bounce around the coast, Fraser Coast, a little bit and have a look at a few of the attractions and a few of the sites. We visited Tin Can Bay for a few nights just to get down there and have a look.
Yeah, it was great.
Had a look at the dolphin feeding that's been going on there since the 1950s. Attracted a bit of a crowd.
Yeah, it was good, and perhaps during the week it was really good too, because we didn't have the crowds of the weekends. I can imagine it's pretty busy of a weekend or during school holidays.
Yeah, it was midweek, so it was really quite good. Made the experience a little bit more personal. We then went out to spent the day out on Fraser Island, or formerly known now as Gari. It's been renamed as Uluru was Ayers Rock, so Fraser Island has now become Gari in recognition of the traditional owners. It was a pretty full-on day. We left quite early in the day.
Yeah.
We headed off from Riverhead's boat ramp, so the barge came and picked us up, and it was a terrific day. The weather was on our side. We went to probably, I reckon, this trip's favourite for Mel, I reckon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I reckon if there was a
like
bucket,
Mackenzie.
if there was a bucket list, if you've been following our channel, you'll know that if there's a bucket of water, Mel will be in it. And this Lake Mackenzie, I'd been there about 30 years ago and talked it up a bit, and luckily the expectations were met, and I think you're pretty happy with it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't stay out of it. It's just the most amazing place. The water is just pristine. You just feel great getting out of it. Pete didn't get to go in because he had the drone up most of the time, which you'll see.
Had to do a bit of filming to show you. Look, it's a perched lake, which means it sits up in the sand dunes, and over the thousands of years, the vegetation has lined the bottom, so the water doesn't seep through the island. If you don't know, Gari is the world's largest sand island, and from the early days of settlement, it's been used for providing lumber, timber for boats, for buildings, whatnot. It's got a huge rainforest area. But that's all stopped now because it's heritage listed, World Heritage listed, and it just pumps out fresh water. It's a big sponge, and sand mining is finished also. So we spent a bit of time at Lake Mackenzie. Mel had a swim. We had a bit of a look around. It's glorious. We jumped surfside and drove up along the surfside beach, which is part of the National Highway, and up to the Mahino wreck. And this wreck was the result of a cyclone while it was getting towed for scrap to Japan, and it's got quite a history as a hospital ship. It actually was used during the Gallipoli campaign, where it took casualties to Malta as a hospital ship, and it ended up on the lake. It was on the beach of Gari, and time, nature has reclaimed most of it, and it's hard to get an idea of the scale of the ship. When you see pictures, I've put some little inserts on the video clip so you can get some idea of just how big this ship was. But you know, time waits for no one, and so the ship is slowly decaying under the force of nature. But it was an interesting little thing. Just one of those natural features that is pretty interesting. But yeah, it's a popular place for fishermen and campers, and there's now a couple of resorts on the island. So it was a great day out. They looked after us pretty well.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Well worth doing, but definitely worth going back for a bit closer look.
Yep.
And to explore a little bit more of what they offer on the island as far as walking tours and camping and all that sort of thing. There's a lot more to see that you don't get in a day.
I think next time we'll definitely take the four-wheel drive. It would be great to do some camping on the island itself for a couple of days. Lots to see and do. After Gari, we then jumped on to the Freedom 3.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
The Freedom 3, we spent a day with whale watching, and even though we're a little bit late in the season, we were pretty much guaranteed that there'd still be some whales about, and we knew that was the case because we saw some from the beach frolicking and breaching while we were out on Gari. And the day started, admittedly it was overcast and a bit cool, but it started a bit slow compared to other times that we've done whale watching up there, which was earlier in the season, to be truthful. But as the day warmed up and we spotted our first whale, then a pot of whales, and then one or two, and then by the end of the day we were getting mugged. Mug is a whale watching term where the boat just sits still, and they're quite a curious creature. If you sit still and they come to the boat, these massive fish, animals, they're well, they're a mammal, so they just are so curious. You stand there and they say wave your arms and do this, that and the other. You feel like a bit of a fool, but they can actually spy you with crystal clear vision from 3 metres underwater, as clear as you are looking at them above the water. The vision's so good. So they're quite a curious, massive animal, aren't they?
Yeah, and it was a great boat to be on, actually, to spend the day on. It was fabulous, and it's a family-run business, the Freedom 3. So, yeah, it was skippered by
Peter,
yeah, and his wife and one of their children were the support crew. So, yeah, it was really good.
Really good boat, smooth. You had plenty of undercover. They supplied meals, morning and afternoon tea. It's one of the only boats that it leaves a little bit later because it spends all day out instead of going early and then coming back to do another tour in the afternoon. So Freedom 3 offers a full day experience, which proved quite beneficial for us because things started to heat up towards the end, as you'll see, and other boats had gone home already. You'll see early on in the clip, you'll see a lot of whales together. This was actually a chase pod, and I've never seen it before, but it was 5 or 6 male bull whales courting a cow, female whale. And I don't know if you can have a slow violent action, but this is what we saw. There was whales tumbling over each other, trying to crash the other one out of the way, pushing each other. I'd be amazed to see what was underwater actually occurring, because from the top it looked spectacular to see a whole whale just get ridden over the top of another one. And we got quite close to them because she was obviously trying to get away from it, pick the fittest. So the group did split up into 2 and 3, but yeah, that was all pretty good. And I must say that one of the highlights of this trip has been the people we've met. The sights have been great. You've seen a lot of it, but the weather's been great. We've missed a whole winter, and the fact that we're in a COVID-free state has been awesome. But it's been the people that's made the experience. Shout out to Baz and Sharon and Barry, Jerry and Denise, g'day. We met a couple from Warrnambool, Cherie and Bruce, who we camped alongside for a couple of weeks, and they'd been up there for a long time, 3 months or so, up at near Cape Hillsborough at Halliday Bay. Bruce is a mad keen fisherman, usually successful, not too bad, and we lost him one day, and I sent the drone out after him to find out where he was and asked Cherie to give him a ring. And as she rang, my drone arrived, and I said, tell him to catch a fish, and blow me down. He did. He caught a mackerel. So I've caught all that. It's just a little snip at the end, and yeah, a bit of fun. Shout out to you two guys. G'day guys. I'm literally standing in Tin Can Bay at 8:30 in the morning. We've been here for a couple of hours because we got down here early this morning to take part in the dolphin feeding at the Tin Can Bay Dolphin Centre. The dolphins that came in for regular feeding have been doing so since 1950, and there's 5 here this morning, all part of the same family, although it was generational, of course. It's a pretty good setup. You get here early, you get given a docket. Entry fee is $10 each. For that you get a pretty informative session with the handlers. No one gets to touch the dolphins. There's a takeaway facility there and kitchen, so you can have a good feed while you're waiting your turn. And then you get to go down the beach, have another discussion with the guys, and then get to feed the fish, the big fish. It was all run pretty easily. We're here on a Tuesday morning, so it was pretty quiet. Apparently the school holidays obviously get busy, and the weekends are a premium time to be here. So if you we're up this way. Here comes the wind. Try and get up here, out here on a weekday. It's a lot more orderly. There's no crowd, and yeah, there's no pushing or shoving or anything to worry about, and you get a bit more extra time and maybe a sneaky extra couple of fish to feed the dolphin. But all in all, it was a pretty good experience. They are actually a humpback dolphin, and they're mainly a river or an estuarine fish. But yeah, well worth doing. Come and give it a crack.
Dolphins, we have lovely Harmony here. Harmony is approximately 24 years of age. We have lovely Luna, the little one here. He's 3 years age. He's 3 years of age. We have his mother, Ozzy. Ozzy is approximately 15 years of age. And we have Ozzy's mum. She was here in a minute. She's there, and she's the matriarch. She's the oldest female we have, and she's 39. So we've got grandmother, mother, and grandson. We have a family of 5 that come in here on a regular basis. There's only one other.
No worries. Thank you. Good morning.
Hello guys, how are you today?
We're awesome, you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, we do have our challenges up this end.
Oh, I see.
Pelican. So what I'll do is when you're feeding, if you can put your back to him, so he can't really see what you're doing.
Shepherding him out.
Okay? Is it on?
Yes, just film.
So you both know there's no touching the dolphin.
Yep, I'm hugging you
Okay,
on.
so we're going to feed our beautiful Patch, our 34-year-old mate. Okay, so rightio, come on now. Rightio. So at least now we don't have to put you back because there's no pellet. There you go, and you hold that in the water for him. Wonderful. Now you get to do 2 fish each today. This is the benefit of not coming on a weekend. When we don't have huge crowds, you get to do There you go. So that is just met our beautiful Patch.
Oh, he's beautiful.
You're lucky.
Rightio. Come on in. A bit closer. Okay, so you're going to see a beautiful Patch. Okay, so there. And in the water and then you get one more. There you go. Beautiful. Thank you. He is, yeah, no, he is a beautiful boy. Well, they're all lovely. Thank you.
What a job.
I know it's hard.
Oh, good on you, doing a good job.
Okay, thank you guys. Look at this truck.
Hello.
Hello.
It's amazing.
it's about time. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed our little channel. It started off just as something for our family and friends at home to have a look at, but thanks to all the emails and messages that we've received, it's been quite surprising to us. We're still learning as we go, but I think we've come a little way further than where we started. So with some encouragement from some friends up north, they'd like to have a look at what it's like where we live in the summer. So we've decided that we'll keep this channel going while we're back home down south. There's lots to see down here, and for a tiny state it's got a lot to offer, so we thought we'd run another series through this channel and show you what we've got. But just want to say thanks very much for watching and your support. It's been brilliant, and you'll see us on the flip side for the next one.
Hopefully a little bit more improved.
Yeah, hopefully, and a little bit less of my head and a bit more of hers. But thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you on the flip side. We're just going to finish off with a bit of a slight quick montage of some of the highlights that we've seen over the last 5 months. Enjoy.
Take care.
Bye. Hi guys, and welcome back to Oz Adventure. What are we called?
Fantastic.
Yeah, well, great. Take 2. Morning, guys. Well, we've made it to the tropic north of Queensland, and we've made take 2.